What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video on ESPN, I'm going to be talking about the NFL draft. I know the draft was about a month ago, but I still have a few things I'd like to talk about. So let's look at the number 2 pick, Chase Young. So Chase Young is a defensive end from out of Ohio State, and he was drafted second overall to the Washington Redskins. So Chase Young is 6'5", 264 pounds. He's an absolute monster. So let's take a quick look at his stats on Ohio State. So Ohio State went 13-1 last year thanks to Chase Young. So his stats are he had 46 tackles last year. He had 16.5 sacks. That's a school record for Ohio State. And he was fifth overall in team tackles. So, I mean, Chase Young is an absolute monster. That 16.5 sacks is a school record for Ohio State. I can't say that enough. That's crazy. And he didn't play in every single game. He got 16.5 sacks, a school record. That's absolutely out of control. Chase Young, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. So let's take a quick look at his pre-draft analysis here while you guys watch the video. So Young is the most physically gifted player in the 2020 class. He should quickly develop into one of the NFL's premier edge rushers thanks to his elite get-off ability, active hands, and closing speed. So I definitely agree with that. I mean, Chase Young is an absolute monster. To get 16.5 sacks, that means that guy has a motor that never stops. I mean, this guy, that's absolute monster status right there. So let's continue on. There's some room for improvement when it comes to getting off blocks, but he's already a good run defender with the potential to get even better. Definitely, Chase Young would definitely get better. I don't know what it is about Ohio State, but they keep steady pumping out defensive linemen that are just absolute monsters. This year was Chase Young. Last year was Nick Bosa. 2 years before that, it was Joey Bosa. All those guys are premier defensive ends that absolutely killed it. Last year, Nick Bosa almost won a Super Bowl. I think he got a Rookie of the Year or Defensive Rookie of the Year or something like that. But these Ohio State guys, they absolutely balled out. And I can't see why it would be any different for Chase Young with the Washington Redskins last year because he's a killer. He's a straight killer. So let's take a quick look at how Chase Young did against the competition last year. So against Florida Atlantic, he had a sack and a half. Against Cincinnati, he had a sack and a half. Against Indiana, he had 2 sacks. Against Miami, he had 2 sacks. Against Nebraska, he had 1 sack. Against Michigan State, he had half a sack. Against Northwestern, he had 1 sack. Against Wisconsin, he had 4 sacks. Against Penn State, he had 3 sacks. And the rest of the games he's playing. That's absolute out of control. And you would think after the 4th or 5th week that people would know, look, this guy's coming, so we better shut him down. Especially Penn State should have known when Chase Young got 4 sacks against Wisconsin that you might want to go and shut this guy down. Don't let this guy come in our house and push us around and get 3 sacks off of us. Just after last week, he got 4 sacks off of Wisconsin. I couldn't have that. So that's a testament to how much Chase Young is an absolute beast. They know he's coming, and he still takes care of business. So let's take a quick look at his post-draft analysis. So let's go. So the Redskins have to improve a defense that finished 27th in points allowed and yards. Let me turn this down real quick. Turn this off. Sorry about that. Start out again. The Redskins have to improve a defense that finished 27th in points allowed and yards allowed per game last year. They have greater needs than adding an edge defender, and they might have entertained trades with that in mind. I don't think so. If you get a chance to pick up a Chase Young, you definitely have to pick him up because he's a win-win situation. It doesn't matter what position you need. If you take him, you're going to win. You might want to go for a quarterback, but even though Dwayne Haskins is there, but no matter what, Chase Young is going to be a safe pick. I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be an immediate starter, and he's going to have an immediate impact, just like Nick Bosa and Joe Bosa and the other Ohio State guys, because this guy is an absolute monster. Now, I'm a little biased because I like defensive linemen, but this guy is a beast just overall. So I can definitely see that he's definitely going to put in some work. And if you take him, it's a win-win situation. So let's continue on there. Actually, let's see who's going to be playing with. So he's with the Washington Redskins. They're on the NFC East. They have in that division. They have Philadelphia, Dallas, New York Giants, and Washington Redskins. As you already know, the Washington Redskins went 3-13 last year. Absolute trash. They played like absolute trash last year. So I don't know. But let's keep reading on with the post-draft analysis. But taking anyone other than Young would have been a mistake. He's the most talented player in the draft and too good of a value to pass on. I definitely agree with that. That guy, it's a win-win situation by that guy. And I can easily see him having some type of impact next year and just being a huge threat in the NFC East, starving, just like the other Ohio State players that came on out and put in work. So let's take a quick look at some of his teammates. So on defensive line, Chase Young is going to be playing with Jonathan Allen. He's an old Alabama defensive tackle from a couple years ago. So he had 68 tackles, which was 126 overall for defensive tackles. He had 6 sacks last year, which is 58th overall for defensive linemen. And another fellow defensive lineman for Chase Young with the Washington Redskins is going to be Matt Ardonis. He had 64 tackles. That's 105th overall for defensive lineman, and he had 8.5 sacks. That's 27th overall for defensive lineman. So he's going to be going in there, and he's going to have some mentors in there, some guys that can really put it down, that can get more than 5 sacks in a season and really take care of business. So he's going to be in good hands there, and he's really going to boost up that defense again with whatever side he plays on, because he's an absolute monster. So that pretty much wraps it up for Chase Young. I think this is a good pick for him. It's a win-win situation because you can't lose with picking up Chase Young. So I wouldn't have any type of regrets no matter what happens with the quarterback situation. I can't wait to see what this guy's going to do. Like I said, those boys from Ohio State, they know how to get off that ball and take care of business. So that wraps up Chase Young.